we talk about, we have 100, we have 100 trillions of cells. But the cells, those cells, most part are germs, bacteria. Because these bacteria, germs, are very important part of our lives. Because these bacteria, they support us, they become part of our body. They're here to sort of like a shell. They support, part of the support system of our body. And you have virus. A lot of virus begin to sit in our body and become part of the body. Just like a coronavirus, part of that bat. But it's sitting in the bat for thousands of years, not a problem. But why human beings cannot do it? When that go to human being, because human beings are not used to it, it's totally new. That's why you have this brand new and coronavirus, novel coronavirus, we call COVID-19. And if our body has the immune system, functionality, sufficient, efficient, with great energy, we don't have problems. A lot of people begin to develop because something new, your body cannot take it. If your body is strong, if your body is balanced, if your body is organized, if your body has the beautiful communication, if your body interact with each other well, if your body organized in such a manner, your immune system can deal with anything. Your body can produce antibiotics. Your body can produce serotonin. Your body can produce endorphins, dopamine. Your body can produce thousands of chemicals, thousands of drugs. But these are natural medicine. They are the supporter of your system, supporter of the organism. You think about it. You have a community with all kinds of services. Germs does germs thing, bacteria do bacteria thing, virus do virus thing. New virus coming, they're going to be doing what they're going to do. They're going to beat them. They're going to and they're going to just like a martial artists. Your newcomer come in, and then the body going to take care of it. But sometimes newcomer is so violent. Why? They want to survive. Just like each of the body cells, each cell want to survive. So that's why they're vigilant. But when the body is so organized, it's so strong, much energy, and the consciousness of each is so clear, and the antenna of each cell receives information so efficiently and communicate with each other with such efficiency. That's not a problem. That's why I always say, my job over here is to activate my life, to use my light, to enlighten myself, to lighten up myself, to light my own light. Without the torchlight, I can discover anything. I can explore anything within the body and beyond that bodily mind. Because that bodily mind, that brain, that nervous system, that the neuron cells, That's just the part of the body. But beyond the body, there's a transmission. That the transmission are called mind. The transmission connected with our heart. Our heart has 70%, over 7% of the bioelectrons, bioelectricity, so to speak, megahertz. It's much stronger than the brain used by electricity. Together, and that body is organized. Heart, when you have some emotional problem, you feel heart. Of course, the heart pounding, heart is connected with your brain. They all together operate with your emotions. Because these operate and connect with all the nervous system, connect with all your cells, connect with all your operation system, connect with the different departments, connect with all the organs to make the body, that whole organism, operate in an efficient way. That's what it is. I see less people on the Zoom now because what happened is Mike hasn't sent to anybody. A lot of people do not realize the Zoom is working, and then probably he has not tell anybody that is automatic. That's why nobody knows. And I think we are lack of communication. And that's something. Just like your school, when the school is a lack of communication, the school is not doing well. It doesn't matter what a central nervous system, what a peripheral nervous system, because the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, each cell, each department, they have no idea what each other is doing. It's a lack of communication because one individual, another individual is busy or is lazy. That's what it is. And everybody want to take the easy route that cannot keep up, cannot follow up. That's the problem. So if everybody's follow up, that means it starts from me. I'm the one you need to instigate. I'm the one you need to let everybody know. I'm the one you need to communicate with everybody. It's the same thing as your body. Your body takes the same thing. Your body have a central nervous system. Your body have heart. Your body have peripheral nervous system. Your body have organs. Your body has so many things that must work together in an organized, synchronized simulation way. What do I say simulation? Our body is like simulation. Our world is a simulation. Oh, you see me? This is not me. You see from the internet, that's not me. You see me over here, that's not me. This is a physical me, that's an image of me, this is the image of me. So that is the all interface. So like an icon. For deep down of that label, of that Deru, of that Shaolin, you see another layer. Behind that face, you have another layer. Behind that body, that nervous system, there's another layer. Layers by layers, layers of layers. And the layers, that's not the real, that's a physical part of me, of each of you, of each of us. That's not really. That's the so-called the matter. That's the end point of that cell phone, end point of the physical body. But beyond the body, behind the body, inside the body, inside the mind, inside beyond the mind, inside the nervous system, and beyond the nervous system, behind the nervous system, there's another layers of layers of layers of layers. Many, so many thousand facets of things happening. That body the transmission, that mind transmission, that heart transmission, that each neuron transmission, behind the transmission, there are a lot of things happening. And then you have information. Transmitting information, you have so many signals, billions of signals come in. Because your mind is always moving. So many ideas, so many things come in, but you don't remember anything. You subconsciously, consciously operate. Most time, people say, most scientists say that we have 95% of the time operate on a subconsciousness. That means you want to have less than 5% of conscious operation, most people. For me, probably it'll be longer. Why? Because I meditate all the time. I drive it into deeper consciousness a lot. I do 3 hours a day, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes, more than that. Sometimes, of course, 1 hour, it happens. But a lot of times I do that. I get into the deeper consciousness. And but that is totally different. You see, and then I see the world different. Not just the material things, not just the appearance, not just what you can see with the naked eye or what you can think. Those are the abstract. Those are the very, very surface of the interface. But a lot of times you need to see behind, just like you read a book. You need to see behind the book. You need to see behind the words. You need to see between the lines. And you see between the lines of between the lines. You need to go beyond that book and not only just summarize, you need to see what it contains in that word. In that moment in time, trace back. Same as a person. When a person say, hi, hello, what's up? That doesn't mean that. No. Have you eaten? The Chinese old day, they say, have you eaten? Good. Do they mean they want to eat something? No, it has nothing to do with it. People say, oh, we have time, come to my house. They just say it. Sometimes I took, I'm a Chinese, to so to speak, because I was born in China, but I'm American myself too. And it's different. Today I would take it seriously, but the old days I don't take seriously. For example, when I came to America, I stayed with Dr. Peterson at Mobile College. And Mobile College is a Baptist college. That's why I read all the New Testament, Old Testament, the history, because all the religious books I have read, very, very back and forth, even though I forgot most of it. And that's what I do, most of my books, and I went to a lot of schools, did a lot of degrees, but they don't mean anything to me anymore. And as well, I didn't study anything. But somehow they did give me some different, entrance to think, to see different matters, to different angles, different ideas, different groups, different cultures, different religion, from different background, to see different things. It does help me to understand a lot of things. Get back to my topic. When you see the surface, when you see the interface we talk about, and behind the interface there's something. Behind the wires there's something. Behind the transmission there's something. And then you have internet, you have tower, and beyond the tower, and you have energy waves. And all in all, it's about the energy. It's about the matter. Matter is energy. Energy is matter. Of course, according to Einstein, E equals mc squared. But the energy at a certain time becomes matter, and certain times become particle, and sometimes it becomes waves. But the waves and energy and can be existing at the same time. Of course, you can get into that quantum physics from that point of view. And from a mathematical equation, from the calculation, exactly, and it happens. But let's trace back to old Tao. I mentioned at the beginning, the Tao. The Tao, old days that they say Tao, the Tao cannot be named. Why Tao cannot be named? Because the original people who want to design Tao do not want you to fell into the word, the trap of the word. Just like a person, if you point to the moon, a lot of people watch the finger, and even the dog watched the finger, but didn't see in the moon. It happens. And people, instead of look at the moon or look at something you point to, but they look at the finger. And that's precisely a lot of people doing. They look at the words, they put a fascination into the word, forgot behind the word, forgot the original meaning behind. Just like what I talk over here. And I hope everybody understand that do not fall into the words. And it is not just a philosophy, it's together we can explore something beyond the words, explore something into the realm of actuality and lead to the truth. And we'll get back to that 95 subconsciousness, 5% consciousness. Subconsciousness is like an automatic operation. People, curse you, you curse back. People curse you, you get upset. That's automatic. Why? Because you install that program. People give you a bad word and you immediately react. You get upset. That's called automatic. When you drive, that's automatic. When some people cut you, you got mad. Those are all automatic. Some people did something or give you because $1, because of 50 cents, because $100, you got upset. Why? Because you take that seriously and your program is programmed into that matter, into that realm, that subconsciousness, that programming, the original programming. When you were young, like 5 years old, 2 years old, when you're 1 year old, you're half year old, before you were born, everything plays that effect to make who you are. From 1 year old to 8 years old to 9 years old, those are the important times. And I told this. I remember one time I told people, 5 years old, come here to Kung Fu Institute, probably train the kids much better. Why? What we do is here is try to instigate the life of the kid, to let the kid not just practice, repeat, but to practice, to overcome that mindset, what he cannot do. Rather, to instigate the mind that what he can do, what she can do, with hundreds of thousands of movements. But when during time you do the hundreds of thousands of movements, you don't have time to think. There's no such thing to think because you're totally into the realm of the movements. When you do that, your body begins to open, your mind begins to open, your consciousness begins to get deeper. Not just to worry about all these crazy things, but into that body, into that mind, into the realm of that consciousness, that energy. When your energy is lifted up, your mind is open, your consciousness is totally wide open, your heart is open. And you see things differently. Because when you got stronger physically, you mentally become stronger. You forget about all these troubles. You forget about those turmoils. You forget about all this disastrous information. But you focus within, you tune in. Doesn't matter Kung Fu, Shaolin forms, or kickboxing Kung Fu, or Sanda Kung Fu, or Taiji Kung Fu, or Bagua Kung Fu, or meditation Kung Fu. But they all ultimately, they have a similar effect. At the beginning, of course, You learn the movements. You learn one move. You learn another move. But eventually, you've got to get all the movements together. You do whatever freely. In the future, I probably will teach a lot of free play, or what I call Zen Tai Gong, power Zen Tai Gong, which is free Kung Fu. And you, from all the movements, you redesign it, you remanipulate it, and with the free of mind, that energy at a different point, and you produce a different motions with a different mindset. And that can be very, very creative, very, very energetic, very, very expanding. Not only expand your energy, elevate your energy, but also expand your consciousness. During this time of coronavirus, it is important that we, as a human being, learn how to look inwardly. That's why I want to talk every single day, because meditation is Kung Fu. It's the most important part of the Kung Fu. If you do not understand meditation, you have no idea what Kung Fu is about. Kung Fu movements are the meditation, but the sitting is the meditation. But you need to understand the whole scope of things. Especially during this time of coronavirus, because this is time, gives us time to sit down to think about, to sit down to meditate about, to sit down to be quiet about, to just be quiet, be serene, be calm, be peaceful, be settled down, to listen within, to see within, to feel within. And then our body, our mind become integrated. And then we can begin to see the totality of the body instead of partially of the body. We begin to see things more bird view, more complete, instead of see fragment of things. Just like you see a big elephant as a baby, you cannot see the whole elephant. You're standing on the bottom of the elephant. You think that is the elephant. A little tiny thing is the elephant. A little bit tiny partial is the elephant. But if you grow up, go far away, you begin to see more. That's why far vision is important. In the view is actually, it's beyond physical. It's through that channel of the energy, through that channel of interface, go into the deeper consciousness. You see beyond that physical, beyond the appearance, beyond that little tiny mental. You're going to be more connected with nature and with the universe. Okay, and I want to see next. I want to see if everybody we can choose a little bit other part of the Kung Fu. Today we didn't have a lot of people, actually. I'm thinking, and I want to make an announcement. I'm thinking to reopen the school. Okay, open different campuses. I'm thinking I want to get different ideas and from different people over here. And see, and I want to see people begin to write me, and I want to see maybe open the campuses in maybe 2 weeks, and see. I want to get some opinions, and we started from the small, probably a small group, like 10 people, 5 people, 15 people each class, and spread, and with caution, come in. We're going to get procedures and get schedules. And so each time we schedule a few people, and begin to open up. So that's what I see. And let's get some response and go from there. Okay? All right. And at this point, we have Barry come in. Hello, Barry. You just got in?
Yeah, I just got here.
Okay, good. All right, we're going to start do some forms. I'm going to do some breathing with everybody. I'm going to do some stretching, okay? And then I'm going to do some other things. All right, that's so much for the talk. And I want to see just kind of meditate for a few minutes before I started some Kung Fu forms, okay? We're going to sit for a few minutes. Okay, good. All right, let's get ready. All right, start.